Speaking of the draft, John Calipari set to head to New York coming up in a little bit here, kind enough to join us. Where are you right now, Coach?
I'm sitting in a Dunkin' Donuts, looking out the window, watching cars pass, waiting to talk to Dan Patrick, basically.
How many autographs have you signed?
Since I've been in Kentucky?
No, Dunkin' Donuts.
Since I've been here?
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way. My autograph 50 years from now will be worth 1/4 of 1 penny. Let me put it that way.
Not in Lexington.
It won't be worth anything.
Have you been signing autographs?
I've signed enough balls that each person in the state of Kentucky has a ball signed by me.
Do you have a private plane taking you to New York?
Yes, I do, because of the time element, and, I have to get there. And then I also, after that, have to fly to Miami after the draft because I've got to go down to Venezuela and coach the Dominican national team, hopefully to an Olympic berth down in Caracas.
Wait, how did you get that role?
I've been doing it for 2 years. See, you don't know, you don't follow me. I know you kind of ignore me, by the way. But last year we finished third down in the Tournament of the Americas, and this year we just won the Central Basket against Puerto Rico in Puerto Rico, and now we're playing 12 teams are playing in Caracas. 3 of us get to go to the Olympics. 3 of those teams, and and if you can win one, you're going to be in the quarterfinals, and 3 of those 8. So we're hoping we can get to the quarterfinals. And Al Horford, Francisco Garcia, amongst others on the team. We've got a pretty good team.
Are you part Dominican?
I can be.
Do you speak fluent Spanish?
Hola.
Oh, wow. That's really good. He's John Calipari, the Kentucky head coach, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Poll question is this a great night for Kentucky basketball?
Well, it's a great night for 6 families. All 6 will be drafted. I don't know if they're all going to be in the first round. I hope so. They have a chance to be. Obviously, the number 1 pick, the number 2 or 3 pick, Terrence in the middle of the first round, maybe lower middle, hopefully. And then the other 3 shortly thereafter. But listen, 10 out of our 14 players had a B average. The 4 freshmen had a 4.0, a 3.7, and the others had 3.0s. They finished every class in the term. We had a 3.2 grade point average. These kids won the national title, and now the one of the things that happens when you do something like that together, and everybody takes care of business, is you all get drafted.
So is it a great night for Kentucky basketball? I know these 6 kids and their families, but for Kentucky,
sure.
Okay.
Sure it is. Yeah, well, 2 years ago, we had 5 guys drafted in the first round. Last year, we had 4 players drafted, and this year will be 6. It's kind of crazy, and then you have to coach a new team every year. But, Dan, it's kind of exciting trying to figure out how we're going to play with this group. And so, we've been able to, for the first time, work with our players in the summer 2 hours a week, but have been able to see my new team. And I said the other day, I'm not trying to drive everybody crazy, even though I seem to. We're going to be good again.
Are you going to be great?
I don't know that, but we'll be good. Last year we were great.
But it seems like you're still viewed, it's a negative thing of what you're doing. And I've said, well, why is it negative if, these kids go there, that's what they're going there for. It's a one and done. You're getting them ready for the NBA. Why are you still viewed, or it seems like nationally, that you're the villain of the one and done?
It's kind of funny. Well, we've had guys leave after 2 years, 3 years, and 4 years. We had, since I've been at Kentucky, 5 kids have graduated. So you're doing a little bit of everything, but they want to focus on the 1 year or kids leaving early. It happened with Florida a few years back, and it was no big deal. It happened with North Carolina a few years back, and it was no big deal. But it happens with me, and all of a sudden, this is what's wrong with college athletics. Well, look, I don't like this rule. I wish I had these guys for 3 or 4 years. We'd be really good then. And when schools hear about, why don't we have kids stay for 3, and Kentucky will have those guys for 3? Then they come back, we like one and done. Let's just get them out of there. It's okay to have one and done. But, my point is, if you're about these kids, if it's about players first, that's what happens. They have an opportunity, and they all have a chance of being drafted. And, it's for me, they talk about the national title, but, it's about here are families. Maybe the cycle that they're breaking is an educational cycle where no one's ever had a college degree. Or maybe it's a cycle of poverty. Or maybe it's a cycle where these young people are learning what it means to be a father, being with us, and all of a sudden now that cycle is dropped in their family. And now it's and the exciting thing for me is that. And when I'm done coaching, if I've changed 70 families or had an opportunity to play a part in that, I'm thinking, wow, I had a pretty good run.
We had Anthony Davis on recently. He called out Kobe Bryant and, said he's ready for him. He's looking forward to facing him. And I know some people, including Laker fans, got on him on Twitter. And I said, what? What do you want the kid to say? He's going to be the number one pick. It's not like Kobe's not going to try to dunk on him. So why not, say, look, I'm ready. I'm up for the challenge. I look forward to it. He was complimentary with him. But the confidence of Anthony Davis, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Is it overt? Is there a lot of confidence with this kid, or is it something that's under the surface on purpose?
Well, they're talking about all my kids, okay? Every one of them left here. They won more games than any school in the history. They won the national title pretty much going away throughout the tournament. They did well academically. They were rock stars here, and now they left us. And how would you be at 19 if that were you, Dan? Oh, my gosh, no one could have talked to you. They can't talk to you now.
Well, but I wouldn't have called out Kobe. I would have been cocky.
Worse.
No.
You would have done worse.
No.
You would have been, oh, my gosh.
Look, but John.
You always wanted to be a rock star. You told me. You said if I wasn't doing this, I always wanted to be a rock star.
John, I shoot the rock, and therefore I'm a star. That's the difference. I didn't want to be a rock star. I wanted to shoot the rock.
Okay.
All right.
But no, you know what? These kids, what they'll learn is that league it's NBA. No boys allowed. No boys allowed in that league. It's a man's league. And I think my guys are as prepared as they can be, and they've done well from Eric Bledsoe to DeMarcus Cousins to John Wall to Patrick Patterson to Brandon. I mean, my kid, Derrick Rose, they've all done well, but they're still, you're not prepared for that. And it's a different deal. He'll do fine. They just, I hope their 10th pick is somebody that, he really connects with down in New Orleans, and that those two become the centerpiece of where the franchise is going.
Before I let you go.
Along with Gordon. Gordon's pretty darn good, by the way. Really good.
Before I let you go, any chance you'll revisit the Indiana rivalry, reconsider maybe how to?
Sure. We've offered to play them 2 years in their state in Lucas Oil. I haven't changed. I'll play them in Lucas Oil. We'll play 2 years in their own state. I mean, we've made that offer. I mean, if they don't want to play, I'm okay with it. And our schedule's, hard enough, and they're a terrific team and all that. Tommy's a great coach, but I'm trying to schedule for our program. I'm not scheduling for America. I'm trying to make it right for us, and we've got these home and homes that we like, and we want to move these other games to neutral sites.
But is it? Can't you do home and home? I know that you're in the driver's seat with this, and you can.
No, you
can dictate.
You can't go. You can't overdo home and homes either. Like right now, we have 19 basic league games because we got a Big East challenge.
Yeah.
And then you can't have 7 more games, and all of a sudden you got 27 hard games, and they're all in home and homes. You can't do that. No one does it. We'd be the only school in the country to do it, but we're supposed to. I tell these schools that all want to play us, why don't you play each other too? Why should we be the only people you play? Play each other. But like I said, I've always been a proponent of Tom's in Indiana. I wish we could have worked it out where we played neutral sites. Shoot, we were going to play in their state and 45 minutes from their campus. But, again, I think they won home games. Well, then they can schedule other people. So, I think that's what they'll do. They'll go schedule other people in homes and home and homes. And we've got North Carolina, and we're looking at Duke for a neutral game also. Obviously, we got Louisville in home games. We're going to be playing Michigan State. We're adding Baylor so we can play in Jerry Jones Stadium. We want to play in football stadiums to get ready for the NCAA tournament. We're playing, and we're one of the few programs that can do it. We're playing Duke this year in a football stadium, and we're playing Jerry Jones next year, Baylor in a football stadium. And every year we want to play. We're one of the few teams that can do it, so we want to do it.
Safe travels to New York. Congrats on a big night for you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. See you there.
Thanks, Coach. He wasn't as chipper as he normally is.